I didn't get my citizenship until 2022.
What?
I've literally heard people being called the N-word. And I was crying every day. I wanted to come back home.
Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have a lovely guest here. I featured you on my channel before,
Yeah.
but I don't know what video will go up first, but regardless, this is my lovely friend. Her name is Lisa. And just do us the honors. Just introduce yourself.
My name is Lisa, one of Onyeka's best friends. Yeah.
How long have you known me?
I've known Onyeka for how many years now? 16 years?
Yeah, since like 2007. Yeah. So we go way back. She's like one of my bosom friends.
Yeah.
Lovely girl. She's quite a character. I'm sure you can tell. You'll be able to tell from this video.
That's a lie.
If you are a new subscriber, my name is Onyeka and I'm a Nigerian YouTuber. We are Nigerian.
We're actually Nigerian.
Nigerian Canadian.
Exactly. Nigerian Canadians, literally, yeah.
Yeah, because someone told me, don't be saying Nigerian YouTuber again. Add Canada to it.
Technically, yeah.
So yeah, I make immigration content and nursing content and lifestyle content. So please be sure to check out my previous videos, as I'm sure that you'll find something worth interesting and you might just decide to stick around. And in order for you to stick around, you need to subscribe. Guys,
subscribe, guys. It's free. Just literally.
Just subscribe, guys.
Subscribe.
Just help your girl out, okay? I can't make this free content and you won't subscribe.
Exactly. We're giving you content back to back. Quality content.
Anyways, guys, so in today's video, I'm gonna be letting Lisa here share her immigration journey of how she came to Canada and how she coped, how she's been, and just everything. Just in a nutshell, her immigration journey with us. And if you're interested in knowing more about this topic, stick around and don't go anywhere.
Can I dance for you?
Okay, so the first question here would be, when did you decide to immigrate to Canada, and like what prompted or motivated your decision?
Okay, so
and how did you come? Yeah,
I immigrated to Canada in 2010, right after high school. So it wasn't really my decision; it was more my parents' decision because I didn't know anything at the time, so they made the decision for me. But yeah, I came I think we graduated 2010 July, and then I was home for a couple of months, and I came to Canada 2010 December. Yes, as an international student.
Okay. And then what was that like for you?
Wow, it was tough because I was 16. Literally, I was a child and living home. That was the first time I was going to be separated from my parents, like immediate family members.
I have a question
for a very long time. Like pretty much for the start, I was starting my life on my own. So it was hard.
So I think you're the first person I'm featuring that came to Canada at that very young age. What were some of the challenges you faced coming to Canada as a teenager? Because me, I came as an adult, so it was different. Our experiences would be different. What was it like being away from home, like the very first time? Like, how did you find your way? How did you get integrated into the community?
It was crazy because I was homesick. I remember when I first came, I was homesick for the first. I cried, as in I was crying every day. I wanted to come back home.
Even as an adult, I cried.
Yeah, I wanted to come back home, and although when I came, I was in Vancouver. I think I mentioned that before. I was in Vancouver in the previous video. I was in Vancouver, and I had a homestay. It was supposed to be a home away from home experience, so it wasn't like I was living alone on my own. So you live with a family,
okay,
but the people were not very nice. So that was very, very honestly. That's a whole story for another day. But
were they foreign? People
no, they were Canadians. They were Filipinos. I don't want to throw anybody on that bus, but yeah. Anyways, but they were not really, really nice. So that contributed. But luckily, I was able to meet a Nigerian community in Vancouver at the time. So it was great because I would go to church, and we just kind of connected. So that made it a little bit easier. But still, I was 16 years old. I was still a little girl, right?
So did you find that you made some stupid decisions?
Yeah,
at that time?
Yeah, you always make silly decisions, but I think ultimately I've always been the person that knows what they want. So I think I was very calculated with the decisions that I made. And plus, you have Nigerian parents. You can't really move mad too much. Exactly, they were always checking on me. They were always when I moved, they were visiting every single year. And when I moved here, my uncle had an uncle here. So he too will always check up on me and stuff like that. So
Okay.
yeah.
And so when you were in school, did you think about like getting your stay, like what the future held for you? Like,
Yeah.
So like during your 4-year bachelor's, were you even thinking about getting your permanent residency, or is something that you knew was just gonna come later?
Oh, of course. Like, no, when I was doing going through school, I wasn't thinking about that because I was an international student. So I knew that it was not until I started working that was when I would apply. So at the time, obviously, like it's still the same thing. If you work for 1 year in your field of study and you're eligible to apply for a PR. So after I graduated school, I got a job and I started working. And a year later, I applied for my permanent residency.
So what method did you use? Was it the Canadian Experience class or the Federal Skilled Worker Program?
I think Canadian Experience class.
Okay.
Because I was already
And like what, like, was it difficult applying?
It wasn't difficult. Literally, I applied and I think I applied in, and I got it within 4 months.
Oh. Did you write IELTS and all of that shit?
I had to write IELTS. Yes, I had to write IELTS. I remember.
Oh, okay. How many attempts? Well, technically one, because Canadian Experience class, you don't need to get like crazy high scores for the IELTS. And then your journey was
it was pretty smooth.
And then what about your path to citizenship?
So my path to citizenship was, so after I had my PR for, what was it, 2 years? You have to have it for. So I literally, exactly 1,095 days or something like that. So I applied in 2020 January, but nobody knew COVID was going to happen then, because COVID did not really hit until March of 2020. And that basically slowed down my application significantly, because normally the PRO to citizenship path usually takes like a couple months, 6 months prior to COVID, right? So when I applied in June of 2020, I didn't get my citizenship until 2022.
What?
Yes, 2022.
Last year?
No. Actually, no.
2021.
I applied in, I believe, so I didn't get my citizenship till 2022 April.
So your application took 2 years.
2 years.
What?
It was insane, actually. I remember very well.
So you got it last April?
I got it last April. It was at some point I was like, is there something wrong? But then I go on Facebook and then there were like forums of people complaining, I've been applying for so long. So I didn't feel alone. And a very close friend of mine too was in the same place. He even applied in 2019 before me, and we actually had our citizenship ceremony the same day.
Wow.
So you can imagine his took almost even 3 years. So COVID really, really messed a lot of things up. But, but there was not a lot of traveling going on anyway. So you won't really feel it that much.
Your PR card.
Exactly.
Mine took, I applied November last year, almost a year now.
Yeah.
November last year, and then my ceremony was September this year. So it was like less than a year.
Yeah. So things have picked up for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
It was crazy.
Okay, so the next question I have here is, how did you adapt to the Canadian culture and lifestyle?
Okay, so when you're that young, you kind of just, it's easier to integrate because you're young, you're with people your age group, like I'm going to classes with other Canadians, so you just pick things up along the way, and before you know it, like you're already blending in pretty well.
Because I find that people who came here for their bachelors are more integrated into the system as compared to,
which makes sense.
So for example, me, like you have a lot of friends. Well, but me, it may not apply to everyone, but like I don't have as much friends because most of my friends were still back home in so many parts of the world right now. But
because when you go to university, that's when you make exactly, it's part of your formative years. That's where you make your long life friends.
So I had mine that stage. I was in Nigeria, so that's why.
Why it's
Okay. So next question I'm going to ask is like a general question, and it's basically like, have you experienced racism in Canada or?
I have, but at the time I didn't realize it was racism. When you grow up in Nigeria and you come to this part of the world, you don't really, I feel like you're so sheltered because it's not something that you saw growing up. So it wasn't until I reflected on certain things in my life that I'm like, oh my God, like that was racist. Like, but now I can pick it up and I can recognize it. But at the time when I was young, I remember there was one of my clinical teachers when I was in nursing school, she was racist. But at the time I thought she just hated me. But when I reflect back on certain things that she did, her favoritism, it was straight up racism. And I was the only one she treated that way. And I was the only black person. in that clinical group. So I have subtle. It's very subtle. It exists, but it's very subtle.
Yeah.
But I have never really experienced like full-blown racism in my
I've been
face.
called like the N-word.
No, I've never been called the N-word or anything like that.
But you've heard people's experiences.
But I've heard people's experiences, and I've literally heard people being called the N-word. Yeah, like I was talking to a friend the other day, and she said, she's white though, by the way, and she's like, she was walking along with her black friend, and a white guy just literally looked at her and was like, you know, use the N-word on her. And she said that was the first time she saw what racism was like, because they were literally just walking on their own. So yeah.
So like I was gonna ask you like about jobs, like getting a job in Canada, but because of how you came like pretty young, so
so I was already integrated.
Exactly. If you came as like a permanent resident, it's different.
It's different, yeah.
So that I don't have that much room to ask you all this employment job questions and everything. So what is it like family wise for you? Like, do you have family around, friends? Like, what's your social support?
I have a lot of friends. I've made some pretty good friends over the years. I have family, extended family. I don't really have an immediate family here, but I have some really good friends that are like family to me.
Yeah, friends during your family.
Exactly, literally.
Yeah. Okay, so let me just wrap it up. So, what advice would you give to other people considering immigrating to Canada based on your experience, like from what you've been through? What advice would you give aspiring immigrants?
Yeah, it's been a great journey. I wouldn't even lie, honestly. I mean, I've visited Nigeria in the past couple of years since I've been here, and
you haven't gone back that often.
I've gone back, I think, 3 times.
And you've been gone for like 13 years.
And I've been gone for 13 years. And in 13 years, I've gone back 3 times, and I think my parents made an amazing decision because, oh my God, I couldn't even imagine. But it's good. Honestly, Canada is good if you're focused. I think it's a society that supports you building yourself. So if you come here and you're not really serious about it's not gonna work for you.
There are ways that you won't go down.
Exactly.
When they're legalizing cannabis.
Exactly. So you have to be focused. You have to know what you want, and yeah, you can literally, the sky will be your limit.
Okay, that was pretty easy journey. I won't say easy because you know what you went through, but it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, that's nice. So it was simple video, no stress. Yeah,
no stress.
Okay, I think we'll call it a day here.
Yeah.
We'll end this video here. Lisa, it was lovely having you on my channel once again.
Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video.
Yeah, she just said it. So wrap it up. give the close.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Once again, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and we'll see you on our next one.
Take care.
Take care. Bye.